All right, traders, to watch this video for Thursday already, because we had Monday off. Thursday, February 21st. The SPY gapped up. Well, barely gapped. Maybe it didn't even gap up. But anyway, SPY, pretty narrow range, and somebody pointed out today, very low volume the last couple days in the market. Look what happened on an intraday basis on the SPY, though. FOMC minutes released. It starts to pop, then it tanks to lows, and right back up. Very, very choppy for just a FOMC minutes release. It was actually kind of just a really boring day. I did fairly well, but mostly just from one trade, right? How many times have I posted? It almost looks like the same chart. How many times have I posted a whole number inflection point? This was through 25 with 1, 2 catalysts just above, right? Recent high flyer in the right space. I called this through 25. It opened at 25. Or I'm sorry. I'll try to. I don't think I can zoom in on this because it's a screenshot. Anyway, this right here is the opening 5-minute candle. And within the first couple minutes, I said, hey, it's worth noting that PYX went up and hit 25 to the exact number and came back down. So as it came back up, I said, guys, I like this through 25. You've got a couple catalysts above. And I sent a limit order of 25, 2,000 shares, filled all 2,000 at 24.98. So I got in probably 2 seconds before it ripped, which is pretty good timing. If you know anything about our trading course, that is the crux of it, is I try to get in stuff that should work right away, time that entry, nail the entry, Wayne calls it all the time. And then you've got money in the bank. All you got to do is scale out and protect your entry after that. All right, so that was super nice. Speaking of Wayne, for those of you that have taken our course, you already know this. If you haven't taken our course, Wayne spent, I don't know, at least a couple hours after the closing bell today, giving a presentation, showing game tape, talking about people's trackers and what they're still doing wrong, and literally just spent a couple hours of his time working with a whole big group of people that showed up for what he calls W6, which I don't know what the 6W is. Wayne, Wine, Weir Myers, Wayne Myers. I don't know. Wayne, I don't know. I don't know the name of your dogs. It's Wine. Anyway, and there's a couple other W's. Whiskey's for me. But anyway, his presentations are fantastic. So if you've taken our course and you weren't there today, don't fret. It'll be recorded and on the course page. If you haven't taken our course, anytime Wayne does one of these, or we do another weekend class, all of it's included. You're literally buying lifetime future classes. It's all, we never say, okay, well, we're doing another class, it'll be another $500. Nothing like that. It's literally lifetime. And man, Wayne is he's a workhorse. He gets in there and just puts together these presentations, and he must have a hard drive the size of what they have in the IBM headquarters, because he game tapes. He records every trade for the whole year, I think. He's got so much game tape. You get to watch level 2 time and sales. He plays them back in slow motion. You can see exactly what happened. It shows you the charts and why we called what we called, where we called it. So again, if you've taken the course and you missed it today, go check it out. It'll be recorded. It might not be up till tomorrow. I'm not sure, but at least a couple hours extra to the 40+ hours we've got recorded for the course already. And he just, I love his presentations. They're awesome. Speaking of Wayne again, called KNDI this morning. We had that infamous red opening 2-minute candle after the gap up. By the way, half number. We're 1 minute into the session, and Wayne says, oh, by the way, it's worth noting, KNDI topped out right at the half, right at 750. It sold off, which we even like more if you know how we play those gap plays. Wayne called it starts to come back up. He said, I like this through the half. And again, showing you 2-minute candles here. So 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes. It went up probably 90 cents. That's a day maker right there. All right, I'm done babbling about all that. What are we watching for tomorrow? I was kind of hoping this thing wouldn't break too today, because it went up and was like at 198 and started to roll back over. This would have been my favorite chart going into tomorrow, but it ended up breaking too before the closing bell. But you still have 2 pretty strong days. I want to watch that one. KNDI, I just talked about that one. It goes back on watch, closing well off of its highs, but it did have good news today. And I suspect some people came home from work today and run their scans and certainly found KNDI, 31 million shares. So we're going to watch that, maybe a red to green, something like that tomorrow. If it doesn't give us a setup tomorrow, I want that to be on watch for the next several days. ADOM. Seems to have found some nice support down here. Again, I don't really like trading stuff under $1, but it kind of broke out of support about a week ago and topped out at 51.6 cents. Pulled back, and then now you've got a lower high. So maybe through the half tomorrow, then you've got this 51.6 cent break. Maybe it heads up to the 200-day. Nice volume the last week or so, so I want to watch that one. CREG, you know what, I was going to say this chart by itself isn't really that interesting, but it doesn't look bad. You had big volume back here, came back down and held the 20-day, held the 8-day, so it's kind of interesting by itself. But the reason I put it on watch is because in after hours, it was trading over $1.20 earlier. It looks like it maybe ended up around $1.11, but certainly possible gap and go tomorrow. I haven't found the news on it, but we'll certainly be looking for that. TLRY trying to break out of this tight base. Definitely want to watch that one tomorrow. NIO it found support again and held up. And if you look at it on a 5-minute basis, you can see there's a really nice move this morning. So that's, you know, kind of caught my attention. I want to keep my eyes on it. Omer, really kind of not flagging, but sideways below 15 here. Then it came up here. This is interesting through 15. Big volume, 2 different days out of the last week. So I want to watch that one. XNet had the big pop yesterday. Quiet inside day today. Goes back on watch. Overstock. Nice inside day today and topped out right at 22.47. I like this one over today's high, maybe through 22.50 if it gets there. Riot, another inside day, kind of like XNet, had the big pop, then an inside day. Couple more. FUV, potential bounce watch, and Solo. Both of those are those electric vehicle makers that have come in after the big moves and good potential candidates for pops. Tomorrow or Friday or next week. They're going to be on watch. All right. We'll add some gappers to this list in the pre-market. Teamwork's been fantastic. Keep up the great work, and we'll see everybody in chat tomorrow. Have a good night.